All right, let's get this basic rundown started. We're going to go on ahead and go over a few things that I did before I started the ride. Then we're going to go for the ride. Then we're going to head back to the vehicle and find a good spot to go on ahead and do the Polar Pro video, where I'm going to show you guys all three lenses in the bright setting. And then go on ahead and like and subscribe and enjoy your day after the video. All right, thanks. What's up, guys? Jay on the Segway. So on this channel, if you're new here, we do reviews. I do videos to show you guys, my input on certain products, and I do Segway rides, hence the name Jay on the Segway. So today we're going to be dealing with the Slime emergency flat repair kit. So these things usually come with instructions, very vague instructions. So we got motorcycle, moped, cars, trailers, SUVs. Basically today we're going to put this stuff in one of my Segways, the Mini Plus. Now, if you guys can see, this thing has little small punctures right there. I've added this stuff to this tire, or these tires, a little while ago. And there's on this side also, we got a leak here. There's multiple punctures. You get these types of punctures by riding these things on shoulders. When you guys go near construction sites, so like when they're building actual buildings, there's nails and little sharp pieces of things that's on the road that you can possibly run over and puncture your tires. These punctures are really small because they'll let my air out, but it usually goes down to like 20 something psi, which is actually very comfortable riding. But when we do long distance riding like I'm going to do today, you need a little bit more air in your tires, and you want this stuff to hold. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this stuff in my tires. I'm going to add air to it. And what am I going to use to add air? I have this Xiaomi air pump. This thing is so portable, guys. Okay, so look, this is a 16 ounce. I have a 16 ounce bottle right here of slime, and this is the air pump. It's digital, right? Look how small it is compared to a 16 ounce bottle. There's your difference, guys. This thing is very portable. It weighs about maybe a little less than a pound. And we're going to use this to add air. So what it is, you guys can read. So if you guys were to get this and you want to know how to do it, just read the instructions on the back. You have to literally take all the air out of your tires, put the required amount of slime. Now for a motorcycle tire, and I use a motorcycle tire because it is the smallest type of tire that you would probably, when it comes to larger vehicles, the smallest one is like a motorcycle / moped. They require half of this bottle inside of a moped tire. These tires on this one specifically are 11.5 inches in diameter. So what I'm going to do is, instead of putting 6 ounces in each tire, I'm going to put 3 ounces in each of these tires. So how do I know it's 3 ounces? And there's a couple of ways you can do it. You can mark on the bottle, take a measuring tape and measure from top to bottom, and then go on ahead and do the math and then chop it up in 3 ounce increments. I'm just going to eyeball this because I do not have my measuring tape with me. So we're going to do 3 ounces in each tire, and then you're supposed to drive it for ride it for like a eighth of a mile, and then check the tire pressure. I'm just going to ride it and take it for a ride. I'm not going to check any tire pressure. I'm just going to fill it up and ride it. We got a 22-mile ride. So that's I'm going to probably get range anxiety after like mile 18. We're going to do it on a nature trail, so it's going to be mostly. All right, guys, so here we got the slime that comes with this little clear hose. You want to go on ahead and take the cap off to make sure you've removed the actual seal, which I took the seal out. So I'm going to put this cap back on. After I put the cap back on, I'm going to take the supplied hose and put it over the nipple just like this. Now, when you're putting the nipple on, make sure you're not squeezing the bottle, otherwise that green stuff will come shooting out and you'll have a real effed up day. So you're checking the valve stems. That tool is also supplied, and you're going to use that tool to loosen the air out of the tires. What I would do here is I push on the tires when it comes to these small devices, because they are small enough for you to be able to push on the tire and get the air out. So I'm just loosening the valve stem inside the valve stem, loosening it enough just to let air out. And now you're going to do this for both wheels, of course, because you're going to put the sealing in both wheels if you have punctures in both wheels. Now, as a good practice, it doesn't hurt to buy a bottle of this stuff and actually put it in both your tires. If you have just 2 tires, if you have more than 2 tires and you have a small device like this where the bottle will have enough slime in it for you to fill all of your tires, it wouldn't hurt to actually just put this in, even if you don't have any punctures. That way, if you are out riding and let's just say your air pump doesn't have any more air in it, you can at least have that, extra sense of security where you know that your tires will self-heal and you won't actually necessarily need to go to an air pump or get an air pump, depending on how large the puncture is. If it's small enough, you'll just continue to just ride on and you may not even know you have a puncture, which is also another good practice to check your tires before and after you start your ride, just to make sure you don't have anything inside your tires. You can address the issue if there is one at the moment you see it because you did your checks. Okay, so what I did here was I took that black tool that's supplied with the slime. So yes, you do not need to have any type of tools to do this. All you need is your fingers to screw and unscrew things. And I took the inner stem out of the valve for the tires, and I did this on both sides. So once you use that tool to take those things out, you put them off to the side somewhere, and they're very small, guys, so go on ahead and make sure you put them somewhere where you can't lose them, because they will get lost. And then you go on ahead and you grab the slime and you take that hose, of course the other end of the hose that's still connected to the bottle, and you put it inside the valve stem. Now what I did here was I did one good squeeze. I tried to make the squeeze the same amount of a squeeze on both tires so that it was somewhat about the same amount on each tire. Then I let it go. You pull it out, you leave it. Now you go on ahead to the other wheel and you do the same thing. Now note the angle that the valves are at. They have to be at that little angle that they're at. That way the slime can sit at the bottom and it doesn't leak out of the actual valve stem. So now you do your squeeze, you take it out, a little shake your booty. All right, you put the slime thing away, and basically what you're gonna do after this, I was just letting you guys see how much I had left. After you do that part, you go on ahead and you put those inner stems back in with that supply tool. Make sure you're putting them in the right way. So you go on ahead and you put those back in. Once you get those back in, make sure you tighten them, but not super tight. Wait for you to get resistance and then do a nice little extra turn for snugness. Then go on ahead and do the same thing for the other wheel. And after you get the other wheel done, I'm gonna rotate these tires. Just one little rotation. And you don't have to do this. After that, after you put the valve stems back in, they tell you to go on ahead and start adding air. Now that's for you to figure out. How much air you need to put in is up to you. I like to run my tires at 44 psi. That may be a little high, but when I do range tests, I want the maximum amount of air inside these tires as possible. 39, 40 psi is ideal, but it depends on how much you weigh. My rider weight today is going to be about 203 pounds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it at 40. You know what? I'm going to do 43 psi. Since it's gravel roads, if you have it too high, it'll be easier to puncture your tires when it comes to the gravel. So I'm going to set it at 43, 42 psi with this bad boy right here, which is my first time using it, which to activate it, you disconnect the hose from the red side. Your display will come on. You go on ahead and set it up to the psi that you want it to go. You screw it in. Before I screw this in, I'm going to wipe this up with some towels or something because I don't want any of that residue on my pump. So once I locate some paper towels, which I always usually have towels on me, I'm going to kind of wipe the stem a little bit, clear it of any green residue. Now we're going to go on ahead and add air. I got it set for 42. Going to go on ahead and screw it in. This is the Xiaomi air pump. Everybody says this is really good. You lose almost no air or very minimum air while screwing and unscrewing from the valve stem. So we're going to go on ahead, you press the button in the middle and it starts it. It's actually not bad for a little small guy. I have this set to PSI. I think with the bar, it's going to be 2.8 bar is what I'm setting it at for you guys, working off of the other type of measurements. And it's not too bad. You can use this pump as well for motorcycles, cars. Basically, it's able to pump up to 150 psi. I think, I've never tried to pump anything that high, but I think if you want to pump something that high, the higher the number, the more it's going to struggle. This thing is able to pump 6 motorcycle tires the way it sits when a full charge. This is USB charging, USB-B actually. On the bottom here, you can see. That's the kind of charging port it has. They say, just to give you a baseline, it can pump up to 6 motorcycle tires on a full charge. So I'm assuming things like this, you know, 11-inch tires, you can probably do 12 or 13 tires you can fill up. Let's see if it, oh wow, that was almost no air, guys. I don't know if you heard that, and if you didn't, that just lets you know how little air you lose. This thing is like, as I was unscrewing it, guys, oh man, you almost don't lose any air pressure. It might have been like a quarter of a psi that I might have lost, if even that. I'm gonna definitely recommend this. I mean, you can keep this in your car if you have a big enough bicycle pouch or fanny pack. This will fit in there perfectly. I mean, just to give you guys another reference, let me pull out a GoPro real quick. This is just a regular GoPro Hero Plus, and this is the size difference. You know, look at the thickness. So, I mean, this thing's really portable, guys. Really cool. It's gonna go right in my pouch. It does come with this little microfiber type of pouch, and inside this pouch is a little mini pouch, like a little kangaroo pouch. And it comes with the actual charging cable and 2 attachments, one for like a basketball, soccer ball, you know, the one with the long needles. It comes with that, and it comes with this other guy here. Let me just show you guys, because I don't know what that would be for, but it looks like it's to take the air out faster. Like if you need to deflate a tire, this little attachment right here, it comes with this, but it's got the little gasket on it, and it comes with this regular needle one here for your basketballs, soccer balls, footballs, and then your charging cable. So inside that small pouch is where I store those items, and then I put this big old little mini pump inside the big part of the pouch. And there you have it, guys. All right, so we're doing the landing trail in Topeka, Kansas. What's up, guys? Jay on the Segway here. Got this little selfie stick. All right, so this is gonna be a range test on the Segway Mini Plus. Some of this terrain's probably gonna be gravel, and essentially I set the wrong waypoints, like the start and finish, but we'll figure it out. I'm gonna see how far this thing goes. I'm gonna have to probably average about 7 miles an hour, so that's gonna be interesting. And I have my tires set for 43 psi, as you guys see in the video. So without further ado, we're gonna give you guys some B-roll, and I'm just gonna do the full length. If this thing runs out of juice, I'm just gonna go on ahead and get the remote set up, because this thing has a remote, and it'll allow the Segway to follow you. And that thing can probably go, if I had a full charge, it'll probably go maybe for 35, 40, probably even more miles, because you don't have anybody on it. So if that's what I have to do, that's what I'm gonna do, and we're gonna go from there. What's up, guys? So if I have to get off this thing and have this thing follow me because I don't have enough juice to carry my 203-pound behind along the way, then that's what we're gonna do. This seems to be a pretty cool nature trail so far. It is in Topeka, Kansas, in case you guys are wondering, like, oh, where the hell is he this time? Landing Trail, Topeka, Kansas. So it's gonna probably take me through some neighborhoods, and it should be fun, guys. It should be fun. All right. So let's throw a couple of how comes and why don't yous, because I know there's some questions out there like, well, what's the point? Or let's throw out some what's the points of riding so slow, you know? Everybody rides these things for different reasons. Some people want to ride fast, some people want to chill. I'm more of a chill type of rider. I don't like to go fast. I like to see how far I can go before something gives out, before it's too much. You know, I like to push the limits. It's the kind of person I am. And plus, I'm a lot more chill. I'm more laid back. You know, you got to be chill sometimes. So I do these type of tests, and I actually ride like this. I just say, you know what, I might as well just make some content out of it. You know, what's the point of riding? And, you know, I could share it with some of you guys also, you know, kind of record. Some people actually like watching people do stuff like this, just ride different cool places. Also, I like to share things like this with you guys. Like some of you guys may actually like to walk or ride a bicycle or ride, you know, one of these electric units, whether it's a unicycle or a scooter or a segway. And there's a lot of trails out there. Like there's a lot of trail systems in most cities. You know, I'm in Topeka, Kansas right now, and I did a range test on the Mini Pro and the Segway, the 9-bot Max scooter. I've done a test on a specific route in this same city that actually crosses this one that I'm on right now. Now I saw this one and I said, well, I don't know if I want to take the Max scooter on it, because the Max scooter, to me, my opinion, is more of a city cruiser than an off-roader. You can drive on packed gravel, you can drive on packed grass and stuff like that. You can do it. I usually just prefer not to. I'm not familiar. So anything where I haven't ridden before, you know, if it's a new trail that I've never ridden before, I'll usually take one of these segways, because I have extensive, you know, I got over 1,000 miles on this unit right here specifically without a handlebar, and I'm just good with, you know, stability and riding off-road. I've ridden this thing in grass, gravel roads, snow, so I have a lot of experience on this. So I'd rather do a new trail with this first before I take the actual Max scooter. And if the trail seems good, you know, seems like something I wouldn't mind riding the kick scooter with, you know, the 9-bot Max scooter with, then I'll do it. So that's what I'm doing right now, basically kind of scouting, doing a recon. So yeah, so why ride so slow is because that's my style of riding. You know, some people's style of riding is fast. They like full charge, they like to go, you know, full send. And I'm more of a laid back type of rider when it comes to anything, riding bicycles, driving cars, these electric scooters, stuff like that. I like to just take my time and chill. I guess maybe call me old. I don't know, maybe it's because of my age. I'm only 39 years old, but that's why I ride slow. So, you know, and also I get to see, it makes it interesting when you can test the limits, you know, on the slow side. You can also test limits on the high side, but I like to test the limits on the slow side. So that's why I do it, just in case you guys are wondering. That's why it's with the Segway Max scooter, you don't need it because that tire has already like a 6mm. It can take punctures up to 6mm, which is probably what I have on these guys right now. About, you know, maybe 4 or 5mm thick punctures. It can withstand, you know, punctures that deep before you need to change the tire. So I'm not going to put it in my Max unless the Max is actually calling for it. And guys, you are not going to believe this. This trail is closed. All right, let's figure out the next course of action, I guess. Come on, let's get that video done on those ND filters. What's up, guys? Joe in the Segway. So let's talk about these ND filters, okay? We got the Hero 9 in the media mod. We got the ND filters. Question is, do the ND filters fit with the media mod attached? I don't see why not, but we're about to see right now. So what these filters are basically, they're lens replacements for your GoPro Hero 9. This one in particular, you have to get the exact ones. The Hero 7s, they will not fit. So in the box, you got your filters with this nice little hard plastic clear case. You got the wipes, a nice little soft material so you can wipe your lens clean. And you got this tiny little pamphlet. The pamphlet is basically a little starting guide telling you, hey, how to remove and install your filters. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna demonstrate. Now this is the Hero 9 in the media mod. I don't think you can take it off with the media mod still attached.
A disturbing amount of seconds later.
Now, who are these filters for? These filters are people who want that cinematic look in their video footage. If you guys actually want to take video recording using the Hero 9 in particular, you're gonna need a gimbal and you have to turn the image stability off. Why is that? Because the image stability needs a very clear, a completely clear lens that doesn't have any type of filtering properties in it. It needs a clear lens to stabilize the video. When you put one of these ND filters on your GoPro, there's film, there's like some type of stuff in the glass that interferes with your image stability. And so your video looks all crazy and blurry and stuff like that. So you actually want to have a filter. I'll show you guys what it looks like with the selfie stick, how the video footage looks with any of these filters on. These filters are basically, for the 6, you're gonna use, for the 8, you have 8, 16, and 32. For the 8, it's basically low light conditions. Low light, it means not nighttime, still daytime, but a cloudy day, for example. Then you'd use the 8. Right? The 16, the filter 16, you would use it for, like right now, it's partly cloudy out here. I'd say mostly sunny even, but you do have some sort of shading anywhere. And the 32 is just strictly full out bright day, bright everything. You got a very bright background. The sun is out full blast. The 32 is basically like your darkest sunglasses that you're gonna put on. And there are polar filters that are even darker than 32, but with this case you got the 8, 16, and 32. So for what you're working with, you're going to use a 32 when the situation is really bright. We're going to take this Hero 9, it's out of the media mod, right? We're going to screw it. You push down and you twist counterclockwise, supposedly. Oh my god, this is hard. Does this even come off? All right, so we got 4K, 24 frames a second, right? We got the ND8 filter on right now, and this is bright. The sun is out. We're moving around. This is what it looks like. I actually think for these conditions, I should probably have the 16 filter on, but I wanted to show you guys what the 8 looks like, and I wanted to move around. You know, there's a lot of small things like the trees behind me that I'll allow you guys to see the motion blur. But this is what it looks like with the 8 filter on. So we'll move up to the 16 before the sun gets tucked away behind the clouds again and show you guys what that looks like. Okay, all the settings is still the same. We got 4K, 24 frames a second. I have the shutter speed set to 60, 1/60th, yeah, 1/60th, right? That's almost double, I guess. Anyways, this is the 16 filter. This is what it looks like. I'm trying to move around the same way. We got the sun behind us. This is what it's gonna look like. Just so you guys have an idea on what type of settings you're gonna have to have it on. Now, we're gonna walk, so I'm gonna simulate a little bit of bouncing going on. The image stability is automatically on. It was on the 8 and it's on right now. This is what it looks like. Image stability on. 4K at 24 frames a second. The shutter speed is set to 1/60th, and this is how it looks. So if you guys are vlogging, you know, this is the sun behind me. This is how I'm gonna look. I do have my ISO set from 100 and 1600 is the max. That's what the sun looked like behind me. I think I've been needing these ND filters for a minute now, but this is what it looks like. I don't know if the video is manageable. Some people need that perfect video quality. I just want it to look good. You know, most people are watching this on their phones. They're not looking at it on a HDR TV or anything like that. But this is what it looks like with the 16 filter. Let's move to the 32. And now we got the 32 on. Everything's still the same, all the same settings. This is what it looks like with the 32 filter on. We got that sun blasting on me right now. And here it is behind me. This is what I look like. Everything's moving around. I got the selfie stick. We're walking. Kind of got a little bit of bouncing the ounce action going on. So what do you guys think, man? This is the ND Polar Pro filters, 8, 16, 32. This is the 32 right now. This is what I look like. Got the sun behind me. All right. That wasn't ideal, but here we are. Real quick, the media mod for this Hero 9 that we're using right now to make this video, the media mod, you can actually put the ND filter with the media mod on. So I took it out of the media mod thinking that I wouldn't be able to put the filter on, and I was able to put the filter on with the media mods, you know, with the Hero 9 inside the media mod. So you can do that. You do not have to take it out of the media mod case to get it on. I've never taken a GoPro lens cap off before, ever in my life. This is the first time, so it was very weird for me to do it. And I didn't realize when you take the cap off, you have to pull the cap away from the actual camera casing. You have to pull the cap away, or the lens, you have to pull on it and then twist, and then it'll come off. When you put it back on, you literally push down. If you have the camera laying on its back, which would be the back screen, you push down and you twist, and then it just snaps in. Thought that was pretty cool. I just want to let you guys know, because I gave you wrong information on that. You can actually leave the camera in the media mod and put the lens on. So this is what it looks like. Polar Pro filter. This is the 32. Once again, Jay on the Segway. And I don't think we're going to go back to any kind of a studio. First of all, I don't have a studio. My studio is everything outside. I could be anywhere at any given time within a specific range from home, and just filming. So anyways, ND filters are legit. The settings right now, once again, is 4K, 24 frames a second. I have the shutter speed set to 1/60th because I don't have any 40th or 1/40th or 1/48th to set it on. So it's 1/60th. If you shoot at 30 frames a second, you want to put the shutter speed to 1/60th, and so on and so on. It always have to be double, supposedly, so you get the perfect cinematic effect with the bright light situation without your video being all washed out and stuff, because you want to use these filters when the sun is out. So if you like what you saw here, like and subscribe. Okay, I need your subscriptions. You know, I need all that. Hit that bell so you know when another one of my corny behind videos is post up. You guys can see it. Like I said, there's a bunch of random things here. I do, you know, tech reviews. I do reviews on the segways. If I'm taking a ride somewhere, I'll just post it up so you guys just have something to look at if you guys like watching me do my thing. I post it up for you guys. So helps the channel. You guys already know the drill. Helps the channel when you subscribe and hit the bell so you know when my videos are posted, you can watch it. And yeah, hopefully we get this thing getting better and better. I do not stop making videos in the wintertime. They slow down a little bit, but I do not stop. Always find something to do. I take this guy here, aka Rodney, and we'll drive in the snow. We'll go places still. So keep me let me know in the comments below. You know, I got that CPL filter on its way, so once that thing get here, I'm gonna have a blast. And I'm gonna love showing you guys what that filter does and how your video pictures, how the quality of your video looks. That's gonna be really good, especially in the snowy conditions when there's a lot of glare. It'll take a lot of the glare out of the picture, like almost all of it. Basically, it's like having polarized glasses on. And when I drive around with polarized glasses on, my freaking view with my normal eyes looks amazing. So I can imagine how it's gonna make the video look with the camera, right? So anyways, make somebody smile, guys. All right, do the right thing. Be nice to people, you know, and be the reason why someone says I'm not gonna take myself out today. So Jay on the Segway. See you guys later, man. Love you guys. Take it easy.